So I just saw a video of a black woman who walked into a traditional Chinese medicine hospital in Guangzhou. She wasn't in crisis. She wasn't bleeding out. She just wanted some herbs. She told the doctor her symptoms. And instead of sending her home with a little paper bag, they admit her, like, right there.
Glad to have you, amazing viewer. It's an exciting compilation. For a while now, this lady has been going viral on TikTok, and she moved to China. She packed her bag, sold her car, and decided to move to China. So she's living in Guangzhou, China, and the treatment she received, I think she can articulate it well. It's really had so many people on TikTok wondering if they are actually living or life exists elsewhere. Kindly like the video for recommendation, subscribe if you're new here, and let's dive into this compilation. There's a lot to unpack.
You've probably heard the news. I have officially packed up, sold my car, and moved to Guangzhou, China. That's right, I'm in China. How did I get here at a traditional Chinese medicine hospital here in Guangzhou, China? Because I came here, made an appointment to see the doctor, to see if I could get some traditional Chinese medicine herbs, and the doctor looked at me and said, "We need to admit you. We need to run some tests." And I was shocked. Believe me, I asked her like 2-3 times, "Admit?" And she said, "Yes." She just said, "First, for at least 7 days." And then she saw the shock in my face, and she said, "Well, let's start with minimum 3, and we'll go from there." And they ran so many tests on me. They did ultrasounds in places I didn't even know you could do ultrasounds, like on your eyes, on your veins. I even got to hear my veins pumping blood. And I got 2 traditional Chinese medicine treatments. I got an acupuncture, and I got a cupping. And today's day 7, and I feel great. Biggest problem that I have is with my eyes. The pressure in one of them is still high, and they ran all the fancy tests on machines that I've never seen before. And today my eyes do feel better, and I know it's just going to take a little bit more time. Probably by next week, I think we should see a huge improvement in my eyes when I come back for my follow-up. But it's been amazing. I've had traditional Chinese medicine herbs. I've met good people here, staff. This is a fantastic hospital. I'll show you more about the type of grounds it is. I think it's one of the leading hospitals here in this area, if not in the country. It's fabulous. I had a great time. They took care of me, and I can't believe the price, which I'll share later. This is my bed area. Down here is the view. View from my room on the 7th floor. It's a beautiful day. Then I'll show you the bathroom real fast. Sharice is doing her exercise here on the grounds of the hospital while folks play basketball. And here is Sharika going at it. There we go, Sharice. There we go. Here we go. Just walking around the hospital grounds. It's a really nice evening. And the garden is there. I got Sharice with me. And we're just walking around, having some exercise at dinner. And it's a beautiful night. Oh, look at that sunset right there. I'm standing at the ER, and my room is over there on the 7th floor. And I'm out just taking a walk. Video. This is the front of the hospital. There's some folks just hanging out there. And this is kind of
She just wanted some herbs. She told the doctor her symptoms. And instead of sending her home with a little paper bag, they admit her, like, right there. No ER wait, no insurance interrogation, no proving that she's sick enough to deserve care. They give her a spotless bed, a balcony for fresh air, daily tests, both herbal and Western medicine. And they do it all without hesitation. Because the goal is simple: treat the problem and the person before it becomes an emergency. Meanwhile, back here in America, the same exact Black woman could walk into a hospital and be told to go home the same day. Because here, healthcare wasn't built to save everybody. For most of the 20th century, hospitals were legally segregated under Jim Crow. Black hospitals starved of funding, staff, and equipment. White hospitals got the latest machines, the best specialists, and the lion's share of federal money. Even after the Civil Rights Act, some Southern hospitals shut down completely instead of just integrating. Others found loopholes to keep us out. Then they tied healthcare to employment, knowing damn well that Black people were locked out of industries and union jobs with real benefits. That wasn't oversight, that was engineering. And it worked. Today, Black women are 3 times more likely to die during childbirth. Black patients are less likely to be given pain medication, even with the same symptoms as white patients. Whole Black neighborhoods are medicine deserts with no urgent care and no specialists. This isn't a system that needs improvement. It's a system that's functioning exactly how it was designed, to ration care based on who they think is worth saving. So when I watch this Black woman get admitted in China without a fight, I'm not thinking, wow, they're advanced. I'm thinking, what the hell is wrong with this country? Because in America, she'd be waiting for hours, arguing with insurance and praying the doctor actually listens. And if she died while waiting, we'd call it tragic instead of calling it what it was. The point.
The point is her room. She had a balcony. She had a whole bedroom to herself, bathroom, wall. It looked like she was in one of our luxury hotels. They had basketball courts all outside, gardens, you could walk out. She had a balcony on her hotel, on her hotels, on her hospital. They don't even let you go outside in the hospital in the USA. Now we are starting to see what's really going on in the United States. Racism is making us stupid. It is costing us more than it is helping us. It was a saying, somebody said, allow somebody to feel better than somebody else, and the person who feels the best will give you all their money. Like, you could pick their pockets because they think they so much better than the next person. They looking down on somebody. The whole time they looking down on somebody, you robbing them. They're getting robbed. The United States is a telltale sign of what's happening. Why are we allowing racism? Co-pays and all that shit is because of racism. They didn't want Black people to be able to afford health. They couldn't say no Black people, so they started raising prices. It feeling like if you white, you should be able to afford it. How do y'all feel about that now? It's like, I don't care about having a balcony on my hotel room, as long as a Black person ain't got that one on theirs. I won't have one. If a Black person get to walk out on that balcony and enjoy the sunlight and get healed, then I don't want to get healed. There's no way I would suffer like this because I hate somebody else so bad. There's no way. This lady was Black and they treated her like a queen. They treated her like, ma'am, we're going to take care of you. This is what we do here. Instead of, oh, you're Black, you got to figure it out on your own. I'm sorry, we're going to give you a Band-Aid and charge you $2,000. And I'm not even going to talk about her bill. They ran every test you could possibly run on somebody. No questions. And then her bill. Y'all.
We just want to say, we're not influencers.
No, we're not.
We're not getting paid by the hospital. We're just mother and daughter who packed up and moved from California to China, and so that we could leave the hustle behind and be here for a more softer life. And then the hospital thing happened.
How did I put her in the hospital?
Yeah, that's the question.
So, I have a condition called epilepsy. What that means is you have multiple seizures. And so, I ran out of my medication and I started to seize again. And so, obviously, we need to stop my seizures before I have any more problems. And so, what ended up happening next, Mom?
I had this brilliant idea. How about we go get some traditional Chinese medicine herbs? I know nothing about how to do that, what it's all entails.
Nothing about it.
So guess what we did? We did some quick research,
Some ChatGPT.
found a nearby pharmacy, got in their version of the Uber, which is a Didi, and showed up and we said to the pharmacist, hey, we would like these herbs for the condition of epilepsy. And she took one look at us and went,
You need a prescription.
Exactly. And then she said, you need to go to an outpatient hospital. And immediately my US brain went into panic mode, it went into stress mode, because I remember all those times that we've been at hospitals, waited for hours
and hours.
not being told the real reason, and running up all these tests. And so we started to go with that mentality of, oh my gosh,
We gonna spend the whole day here.
so we got into an Uber or a Didi, and it was about 4 miles away. We knew nothing about this hospital. We had never been there before. So we showed up, went to the reception, and we said, we need to see a neurologist for epilepsy. And they sent us straight off to the cashier, and the cashier said, quickly, we were to pay how much?
35 RMB.
Which is $5 US. That's right. That's what it cost us. And the cashier told us where to go. 3rd floor, room 10. And within 10 minutes of getting there, Charisse was sitting in the chair facing the neurologist without having to do any tests, blood, weight, all that kind of stuff. We went straight to the doctor, who listened to her, prescribed both Western medicine and traditional, and we were out of there in about 20-25 minutes, right? And then when we stepped outside, we said, OMG, that was the most stress-free hospital visit we've ever had. We had no appointment. We just walked in. We had no insurance, and we couldn't believe it. We're pinching ourselves.
What an experience.
Wow. So then we had to go downstairs to pay the cashier for the medication for both of them. And how much did it cost, Charisse?
$67 US.
That's right. We quickly picked up the pharmacy that was the prescription for the Western one, which was no wait, but for the TCM medicine, whole different thing. There's about 15-20 different herbs, and the pharmacist says, guess what? We need to
Cook the medicine.
That's right.
Who cooks medicine? We have never experienced that in a U.S. hospital where they have to cook your medicine before they give it to you.
They do it right there at the hospital on the spot. And so they told us that they would special deliver it to our hotel the next day, and sure enough, it arrived. 7 days worth of the medicine in these soy sauce, big soy sauce type packets. And that's when I got this brilliant idea, right, Charisse? Guess what? I said, I want to go see a doctor now. So based on the symptoms that I've had for the last 20 years, I said, Charisse, I think the best doctor to start with to get some herbs would be a gynecologist. So made an appointment, paid the cashier. This time I paid $2 to see a gynecologist. I got upstairs, sat down, met with the gynecologist, and that's when she looked over all my symptoms and she said, we need to admit you for 7 days. And I freaked out, and she says, well, let's start with 3. And I said, okay, and we'll go from there. And it was because this Chinese doctor saw a woman who was advocating for herself the last 20 years. She was experiencing brain fog, weight gain, neuropathy, eye issues. I even had bloating, and all these other different symptoms that maybe most of you women can relate to, whether you're in perimenopause, menopause, postmenopause. You can relate to having these hot flashes and these symptoms that doctors just don't seem to be able to help you with. And this doctor saw me. She saw me for the first time, because if you're a black woman, you can probably relate to this, where the hospital don't give us same treatment. Sometimes we get subpar treatment. Sometimes we're told to have surgeries that we don't need. Like for me, I had a C-section with my first daughter that I didn't need, and I found that out the next day. I had a hysterectomy due to fibroids because I didn't know that I could probably take supplements, change my diet, do other things to shrink those fibroids. Instead, a hysterectomy is offered to me. So this doctor saw all of this, and she said, I have the resources, I have the technology, I have my knowledge, I have traditional Chinese medicine, and we're going to put the two together, marry the two, that's what they do. And finally, I believe that all these symptoms that I had were evidence of something that was going on with me, and this doctor was going to run some tests and find out what was wrong, because she said to me, we can cure you, we just need to have these tests. And that's how I got admitted to the hospital, and they ran all these different tests on me, as you know, from head to toe. They did all these different ultrasounds on my thyroid, my pancreas, and even my eyes that I didn't even realize or know that they could do. And I want to really sincerely thank her, because for once I was seen and I was heard. And if you want to know more about my experience, please like and follow for part 3, where we'll share more about the hospital, the journey, how much it costs, all of that. Let's see you on the next video.
I felt the need to share this compilation because I found it very helpful, hopeful, enlightful. What else to say? But I don't have the right words to say. I just want to say thank you for the treatment she received. I trust the system in China. It's working in favor of its citizens. We've seen it here. And since she got to experience it, I was like, okay, this is the right illustration for me to bring right here. I'm glad that she got helped. That's the only thing I can say. But I really don't know what to say in the context of a Black and American person. But you've heard the struggle that they go through. Like the video for recommendations, subscribe if you're new here, share this video.